Hey everyone, my name is Eric. I'm a software engineer at Alt, and I collect soccer cards and any athletes that I look up to. Yeah, to point out a couple of my favorite cards in my collection, I think the first one being this is 2022 Prism Manchester City Nebula 101 Kevin De Bruyne. This card is like truly special for me because in 2023, that was the year when we won the first Champions League ever, and a lot of other fans would point out that Manchester City is not a big team because you haven't won the Champions League. But in that year, we not only we won the Champions League, but also we've snatched the treble, which only 8 teams in the history of soccer have ever done that. So it was incredible to see that live, and with this card, I get to commemorate that experience forever and just remember that travel, remember that feeling all the time. And Kevin De Bruyne is my favorite player of all time. And another card that I would like to point out is this is 2021 Panini Prism 101 Heung-Min Son Black Prism. So the thing that's special about this card is, like, growing up, when the soccer used to be not that big in Korea. But in 2002, like, miraculously, Korea made to the semifinals in the World Cup, shocking everyone in the world. And ever since that, like, the view of soccer in Korea completely transformed. Everyone's so hyped, and even Ji-sung Park got transferred to Manchester United. And at that time, like, it was such a big news that our Korean player is playing in EPL, one of the most competitive leagues out there. Traveling to now, where in 2022, like, Heung-Min Son won the Golden Boot, which is incredible because he scored the most goal in the most competitive league, and that is so eye-opening because just when I was a kid, like, we genuinely thought that was impossible, seeing Korean player, Asian player being so competitive in this league. And I think this card, like, really symbolizes, like, hope and tells everyone that anything can be possible. So I think what Heung-Min Son did for all the footballers around the world is, regardless of where you're from, what background you have, like, anything is possible and anything can be achieved. And I think Heung-Min Son and this card gave a lot of people hope. So how I started collecting is a long journey. So I lived half of my life in Korea and half of my life in States. And mostly in childhood, I used to live in Korea. They're like sports cards directly imported from States. And at that time, it was crazy expensive. I was like, okay, there's no way that I can buy them. And when I got, like, a bit older, when I got into high school, I stumbled onto like a random sports car shop in Seoul, and I was able to afford buying, like, some of, like, basketball cards. To be honest, soccer is my #1 sport. So I started looking up buying soccer cards, and yeah, ever since that, like, just experiencing that whole COVID boom and burst, and, like, a lot of international collectors coming into soccer scenes after that. My love for collecting really helped me become a better software engineer for Alt, because I could literally bring my day-to-day problems, and every single day I spend my time, like, looking for different cards, talking to different collectors. So it was very natural for me to think about these problems from the perspective of collectors. My hobby is completely aligned with my work, which everyone dreams of, and yeah, it's been super fun. Numerous projects that I worked on, some that come into my mind are, first one, I was in the Universal Search team. So basically, we saw a problem where a lot of cars were spread out into different marketplaces, and people were having very decentralized experience. So we wanted to solve that problem by centralizing that experience in one place, where you get to watch all the external listings in one place, you get notifications on those listings in one place. And yeah, I got to work on that feature a lot, along with my, like, amazing, like, growth team, where we just, like, constantly got feedback from, like, collectors, and then every week we would iterate on it, and I think it pushed the Universal Search into, like, a very good place. This was actually one of my favorite projects that I ever worked on, is a post-auction experience. I noticed that when you win cards, you are met with uncertainty, and we didn't do a proper way to celebrate that winning moment. So that's why I brought in that project and added in really cool animation and detailed summary of how your auction did and what your auction actions were to really highlight that winning moment. I'm very proud that we are being very transparent and helping the collectors in that way. We are literally the most transparent auction house in the entire world, because unlike other auction houses, we show you whether the payment is pending or not. We show all the payment status, and everything that you see on the past auction is a verified sale. 2023 was a big year for me, right? Winning the treble. So I set an ambitious goal where I want to collect entire Manchester City set gold prism from 2022 EPL prism set. So yeah, I've been hunting everywhere. I've been retrieving cards from all around the world, and I think I got 11 out of 17 cards. So completing that set will be such an amazing experience. The hunt has been so real. So if you guys see any of those gold prisms out there, please let me know. It'll be awesome. So what's next for Avid? For me, I think it's just constantly tackling collectors' problems. And I think one of the biggest problems for myself and for collectors is selling. And everyone say in this world, buying is so easy, but selling is always the most difficult part. So I'm just constantly thinking about how can we make that selling experience so easy and smooth on Avid, So yeah, that's something that I'm focused at. Thank you so much everyone for listening. You could always reach me at Cresco Cards on IG. I would love to talk about any soccer games.